On Saturday, Rangers take on Motherwell in the league, which is the last game before the international break. In today's video, we'll go over the players that fans and pundits believe are the signings of the season, whilst also going over all the build-up and the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. It may just be the first time in Kai Kennedy's young life that he's found himself rooting against Rangers. But no matter the jersey on your back, the young winner is well aware of the opportunities to play at Hampden cannot be taken for granted. Drawing Falkirk in the Scottish Cup last fall would have stacked the favours and odds of Rangers taking their defence of the trophy to the final hurdle. It would have also consigned the 20-year-old to a lonely watching berth. And that, after his heroics in firing the Burns to the National Stadium next month, would have been incredibly cruel. Kennedy has been a Rangers player for most of his life, but admits relief swept over him when it was Inverness who emerged from the hat. He said, "I was watching the draw and I thought we had got Rangers and I thought, oh no. I thought it meant that on my first game at Hampden I wouldn't be able to play in the game. So when I realised it was Inverness, I was buzzing about it. It's an amazing moment for the club and I'm just delighted to be a part of it. We've beaten Ayr and Inverness will be tough, but anything can happen at Hampden. I didn't want Rangers, I was thinking I couldn't play at Hampden after getting this far. I'm still young and to get to Hampden at this stage of my career is great and I can't wait to get there." The Falkirk Stadium had already been worked into a frenzy when Kennedy picked up the ball from 30 yards from goal. Callum Morrison's equaliser followed by Ayr Chris Maguire crashing a penalty off the upright saw to that. But despite the noise all around him, there was only one voice in Kennedy's head, his old man. He said, "I just got the ball and I just seen the space, and I had a quick look before I got to it, and I went for it. My dad keeps telling me I didn't hit enough shots and I had the time. He keeps saying to me that I am doing well, but I didn't hit it and I tried to pass it. I thought I was too far out, but I believe my ability, so I thought I'd just hit it and see. When it hits the net, it was probably one of the best feelings I've had in a long time. It is all about the goals and assists for a winger, and that is the most goals and assists I have had at a club. I've been working hard on and off the park and I'm trying to get my body back to where it was. Everybody knows my ability I had a few years ago, and I'm trying to get back to my real self. I'm enjoying my football here, but I was gutted not to start the game. When I came on, I made an impact and thankfully I did." Just a quick one before we get back into the video guys, we've released our brand new merchandise. We've got our Graham Souness Tim Scalping t-shirts, along with our Michael Beale Stan Smith tees. Do shop the collection by going to rfcclothing.com or going down into the link in the description. Let's get back into today's video. January signings Todd Cantwell and Nico Raskin have been labelled the signings of the season after their impact at Rangers so far, but pundits stress the best is yet to come from both of them. Both fell out of favour at their previous clubs for one reason or another, but have really taken to Rangers and Rangers have taken to them. Rangers midfield already looks heads and shoulders above what it was before they came in, and here's hoping there is even more to come as they are certainly impressing fans and pundits across the country. The midfield duo have quickly formed a relationship on the park and a bond off of it, and supporters have noticed a blossoming bromance on their respective social media channels. That's the description Raskin said when asked if Cantwell had become his buddy. "I think everybody is my buddy. Yanis, Rabbi, the team is very close and we all help each other. I couldn't imagine a better atmosphere. Of course, that's important to help you settle in. If you come in over here and you don't talk to nobody and you don't laugh, it can be difficult when you're new. I was imagining it to be more difficult to settle in than it has been. The boys are very good and I'm very happy. We don't spend too much time together away because Todd lives so far away from me. We used to play PlayStation together in the afternoon and we passed time together when we were here at the training centre. We are fans of UFC and we've been playing UFC. It's good to have some contact outside the club also. Who wins? Ask Todd who wins." Raskin also stated he had an idea of what to expect from Ryan Kent after seeing him become the famous image of Rangers to the road to Seville. Now the Belgian has urged the best player at Ibrox to commit his future to the club after seeing him up close and personal and being blown away by his quality. He is eager to see Kent secure his place in Beale's blueprint by ending any doubts over his future and putting pen to paper on a new long-term deal with Rangers. Raskin said, "Honestly, he's the only guy I knew when I was a young kid. He was famous in Europe as well. I'm enjoying playing with him a lot. He's so good. When he's got the ball at his feet, it's almost unbelievable and impossible to take the ball off of him. It's hard to play against him in training, but it's very good to play with him. I watched Rangers last season on their European run. Everybody watched the team last season. He was the famous image of Rangers in Europe. Of course, I want him to stay here so I can play with him for a long time. I think he is very important for the team. If we want to achieve something, we need to keep all our best players, and he's the best player. We need him here. Ryan Kent has been one of the most influential figures at Ibrox throughout his Rangers career after an initial loan move turned into a £7 million switch from Liverpool back in 2019. He is now in the final months of his deal that he signed that summer, but he continues to make an impression after living up to the expectation of Rangers' latest recruit. Raskin said, "I remember his goal when he scored against Celtic. When he came inside and shot, honestly I don't know why, but he was the only guy I knew. I know the Borussia Dortmund game, but whenever I talked about Rangers, I always talked about Ryan Kent. Maybe it's because he always surprised me playing with his short shirt sleeves and gloves. I've spoken to Ryan, but I've also spoken to him about his shot. He's a top player, and he's inspiring as well. When I came to Rangers, I saw him working hard every day in the gym, working to be fit. He is a good professional, and that's why he is so good. I want to learn from him." Rangers boss Michael Beale has confirmed that midfielder Malik Tillman has recovered from his injury and is available for the upcoming Scottish Premiership match against Motherwell. The American has not played since the League Cup final defeat to Celtic, missing victories over Kilmarnock, Hibernian and Raith Rovers. Beale previously explained how the 20-year-old pulled up sore in training a couple of weeks ago, however he's now got over the problem. Speaking ahead of his side's trip to Fir Park, the Englishman said, "Malik Tillman trained today and is available for selection. Borna Barisic's wife is due to give birth any day, and he is away for international duty. Ridvan Yilmaz is fit and available." Meanwhile, Georgie Hadji has launched a furious attack on Romania boss Edi Internosu for snubbing his Rangers star son Yanis for national team. Hadji Jr. is back playing for Rangers after 13 months out with a serious knee injury, but Ibrox boss Michael Beale is easing him back slowly with mostly sub-appearances. He wasn't included for Romania's squad for their upcoming matches against Andorra and Belarus, and that has infuriated Georgie Hadji. He claimed the Romania boss's views on his unimportant to the national team given he was not named in the preliminary squad for the upcoming fixtures. He said, "I don't want the Romanian public to be misinformed here. The fact is that the national manager called Yanis when he was injured to tell him he was a very important player for the team. Now Yanis is fit, he apparently cannot get into the team. He was not even named on the preliminary list. It's clear to me that Yanis is obviously not that important to the team. If he was, he would certainly have been called up. When the player is told directly that he is very important, I wonder why he is then missing. It's simple, he is clearly not that big deal for the manager." Yanis Hadji made the last of his 24 appearances for his country 2 years ago and was a previous regular in the Romania under-21 squad. Rangers fans, what have you made of the signings of Nico Raskin and Todd Cantwell, and are they the signings of the season? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we have released our brand new merchandise. We've got our Graham Souness Tim Scalping tees and our Michael Beale Stan Smith tees. They're now available on our website. Just go down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.